Amazing market, and it's just like 6 city blocks full of outdoor and indoor markets, and it's got, I think, everything we need to buy a van. It's got hardware market, like furniture market, electrical market. So yeah, I think we're gonna come back here. Gracias. Yeah, so this is the place to be, I think. We come to the markets primarily to find the main things we need to build a camp van, like the sink, water system, electronics, solar, everything we can find.
You can find absolutely everything.
So we're trying to find everything that we need for a camp van. I've just seen some stuff down here, which are water drums, which we're going to need for our... This is good.
We need some bigger ones, maybe these.
This would be perfect. I don't think they're going to sell this. So we're back at our favourite shopping place, BioBio. They've got everything we need.
Like ice cream.
We've just done our second big van shop here. Now we're picking up the flooring. We've got taps, water containers. So this time we drove the van instead of taking the metro, so it's going to be a lot easier to take all this stuff back. But we're happy, we've done a good shop, and now let's go put it in. Welcome to day 5 now, I think. Yesterday we just spent the day in the markets buying all new stuff.
So today we'll put insulation in the rest of the van. So we'll put in the walls and we'll stick it to the front part of the van.
And I think today we're going to cut in the skylight and fan, which arrived in the mail this morning. Hello! We just cut the hole for the vent. There's an issue though, because there's this little support rib that runs down the length of the van, and when I put the vent on top, it doesn't sit flat. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it off, trim it down, and then we'll just use a lot of silicone to seal it up. But I think that'll work. So it's all going to be sitting nice and flush. It's looking good. Out here. It's looking like a van. Woo!
Hola!
Hola!
So today Marcel's doing something special. What is it?
I am putting in the underfloor drain tank. So the grey water tank. Under right here. So that's the drive shaft. And I'm going to try somehow get it to come in here, and it's going to run up into the van. I've manufactured some metal framing work that just screws onto underneath the van. It's just held on there with a couple of strips steel from the roof of the van that we cut out the other day, and just cut it into strips with the angle grinder, put a couple of holes through it, put some screws in it that tightens it up, and hopefully that'll hold the 25 litres of grey water. We are back in the van again trying to put in, I don't even know what we're doing. Yesterday we pre-installed the wiring around the van, so that goes over the insulation. we want to do that first, so after paneling goes in, you don't have to dig back into it and run the wiring. So the trick that we did for that is we pretty much taped out the whole van with masking tape from our digital design from where we wanted everything to go. That way you really get a good understanding of how everything's going to work, if it's going to fit. Then where we wanted to run power, we just wrote on the wall with a marker. Hola!
Yesterday was a day of big changes. We put a last layer of floor, or we put a floor down, so it's starting to look pretty. We also bought and picked up solar panel.
Yeah, so we've got a solar panel now. We've got 150 watts. It's wired in through the roof, comes down all the way down the side where all our electronics are going to be. It's mounted on the roof. I'll show you how we mounted it. We're pretty excited, so it's starting to look like a camper van again.
A little bit. So we're just putting a new floor in. It's the last layer. So Marcy's cutting the edges. It will look so nice.
The plan is here, as we found out last time, is to leave a gap like a centimetre or half a centimetre around all edges, because this stuff expands in the heat. And if it starts to expand, it starts to lift, and that's where you get those bubbles and it looks quite ugly. So
And what material is it?
it's vinyl. So the vinyl expands when it gets hot, basically. And this is the cheap stuff. So it looks alright, but yeah. The GoPro battery ran out halfway through this installation. We used liberal amounts of contact adhesive to glue the floor down. It seemed to work really well. So here's the solar panel installation. I think it's day 8 or 9, I'm not sure. It's a Saturday today, which comes with its own problems, which I'll explain soon. But I'll show you what I've done in the last couple of days. I don't think we did any filming yesterday. We got a fair bit done, so I'll show you what we've done. The top drawer area is nearly complete. There's going to be cupboards that open upwards. This one's going to open upwards. They're going to have gas struts in them so they stay up. There's a nice shelf. It goes quite deep in there, like 600 mils or something. It's all insulated up here. I'm not going to bother doing anything with the finish because no one's ever really going to see it. I've run a wire in here because I think I might put some lights eventually. Last time it was quite hard finding things in the dark. I finished the wiring for the van, so this is all the wires that run throughout the whole van. Down here's all the tails. I've labelled all of them. It makes it a lot easier when all the cables are the same later on when you're trying to wire everything up. And the last thing I've done is put in the back cupboard. So similar to the front, there was a lip here, so I've turned it into a little space where we can put, I'm not exactly sure what we're going to put in here yet, but something. And then similar to the front one, there's going to be a cupboard that opens up, another cupboard that opens up. I might put a shelf in here, a bit more space, but yeah. So weekends here are a bit tricky for doing anything. Saturdays you're only allowed to make noise up until 12 o'clock. So pretty much after 12 you can't really use power tools. I've been trying to get away with it by only using it in the shed and closing the doors. On Sundays you're not allowed to make any noise, full stop, so that makes it even harder. But because it's Sunday today, I'm not allowed to make any noise, so I can't cut any timber or framework or do anything inside the van basically. So what I've decided to do is to make the solar shower, pretty much the same one that we made in New Zealand. It's a 110mm stormwater drain pipe with a couple of ends on each side. I've just sanded it, so it's ready for painting now. I'm painting it matte black because the matte black kind of absorbs most of the heat. If it's gloss black, it starts to reflect the heat, and the solar shower isn't as energy efficient. So I've given it a nice sand. It's nice and rough, you can see. So sanding it gives the paint something to stick to. If you don't sand it, the paint probably will just flake off pretty shortly. So give it a good sand, a good clean, and then we're going to spray it with spray paint. So I've just spray painted the solar shower. Paint's drying now. One of the biggest issues in Santiago is the dust. I've been just trying to keep the dust off the paint. It's super dry here, it's super dusty, everything's always covered in heaps of dust. So I'm hoping that the dust is going to stay off my paint and it's going to look good when it's on the go. We now have our solar shower installed and pretty much finished. So it's up here, it's held on with a couple of brackets. It's bolted through the side. This is our filling point. So it's slightly elevated actually as well. You can't really tell, but I did have it on an angle. So you fill it from up here. And then down this side, I haven't finished the cap yet, but this will be the tap. There'll be a bike valve that you'll pump it up and you increase the pressure on this pipe, and then you can have a hot shower or pressurized shower.
1 week later.
With the solar shower, we actually had a redesign on it. The first glue job I put in, we actually ended up having some leaks when we tested it out, and we tested it out after we had already glued it into the side of the van and we'd fully put all the side paneling on, so it was a real prick. We ended up taking it all down, had to take all the paneling, wooden paneling inside the van down, take all the screws off. The other problem was I thought I could get away with the stock plastic downpipe supports that you can buy from the hardware store. I didn't do it on my last build, but I thought, hey, if I put enough on, I put 4 on, I thought it'd be enough. It looked like it was going to work when the tank was empty. As soon as I filled it up, I could see it cracking. You know, it's 30 litres, so it's, 35 kilos, this whole thing. It just didn't hold up. So I just made some aluminium ones, had some scrap aluminium from what I took out of the van, made a little bending mold, so I bended them all the right size, and then just glued them in. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you got some use out of it, remember to hit the thumbs up button. It'll really help this channel out as we want to release more videos when we're building this van and potentially more vans in the future. The next video will be coming out soon. We'll dive more into the actual internal build of the van. So we're going to start the roof, start the bed, start the kitchen. So we've got some pretty cool ideas planned for that, so don't miss it. Hit the notification button if you don't want to miss any of our new videos, and we'll see you next time.